Hello everybody, this is Vincent from Affiliate Theme.io and this video is about the filter. So what is it all about? So the user can filter products by price, ratings, taxonomies and also own fields. There already the first restriction when it comes to fields, only the field types number, yes, no and selection field can be filtered. Another note at the beginning, we used to have an old filter that needed an own WordPress page. So you had to create a page here which had the template filter. This is not necessary anymore. With the new filter, you can just access it right away via your backend. So you can see you have your own link here. You can just go here and create a new filter. So let's get right into it and create our very own filter. So we're just going to filter. So there is no filter yet, and we're going to click create new filter. And the general idea is now we have all those different gaming gadgets on our website, but we want to create a specific filter that is just applicable for gaming monitors. So we just want it to be restricted for this one taxonomy we defined in an earlier video. So we're just going to name it gaming monitor filter and gonna click publish right away. So we have it in our system. So you can already see that a known site was created on our website. You can see here that a proper URL was created. We're not going to deal with the content field here yet. Let's first define all the options we have down here, because this part here is really the most important. So first of all, we can define where the results should be displayed. So for example, we can say display filter on results page. So the filter will also be displayed on the destination page. So for example, let's just imagine we are on our front page here, on our landing page. A filter here is, and we're going to click filter. We're going to be directed to this side here. And now we can define, actually, should there be on this destination page, should there also be the filter or just the results? So just the products that match the data the customer entered. So this is what we can define here. I'm going to click yes. The next option is Ajax. This means the results will be displayed immediately beneath the filter without entering a new page. So this means we have our filter on our page, and right beneath it we will have a list of products that match the criteria again that the customer entered. I'm going to activate this as well. Next we can define the button text. So this just defines the text that is displayed inside the filter button. So we always have a little filter button beneath all the criteria we defined here in our filter. So I will just say filter here and click update. So next we're going to deal with the section elements. This is the most important part, because here we can define which elements will be displayed inside the filter. So we're going to start with the obvious and easy one, price. So we're just clicking price and a new element was added. So first of all, we can define the title and the description. Both of those will be displayed on the front end. So bear in mind that this is not just for you in the back end, but the customer will actually see this. So I will just easily call this price. Well, and say this is the price for now. Next, we can define if this field should be hidden in the front end or not. Well, you might be wondering, well, why do I put this element inside my list if it will be hidden in the front end? Well, this is for a reason. Let's just say you only want products in this filter be displayed that have a price between $200 and $300. So you would just put like 200 here and 300 there. And then the customer will just see those products, but he doesn't see that this price range was defined. So this can make sense, doesn't have to. In our case, we don't really need it. And we don't need a value right here. So, well, once again, here you can define the minimum and maximum value. You can also do this if the field is not hidden, obviously. So you can say, okay, gaming monitors, but I just want them from 250 bucks and onwards. We will just leave this open so the customer can decide himself. This is the first element. The second element will be the rating. So the rating filters the star ratings and not the individually created ratings. So I'm just going to show you again what I mean by this. So we're going back to one of the products we already properly defined. So you can see that up here are those star ratings. And down here we have our individual tests in parentheses. This will actually be part of the filter. So you can see for this product we don't really have stars, but with some products we have. So this is usually imported from from the affiliate partner, this rating. So for example, from Amazon you always have a number of star ratings, and they are imported. In case of Amazon, it doesn't work anymore, but with some other networks, you can still import this. Otherwise, you can still enter them manually. So they will be added to this rating part, and we can just call it rating, and just a dummy description here again. So after adding our first two elements, we're going to add the third one, and this will be a taxonomy. So, as I said earlier on, this filter should just be applied to gaming monitors. So let's just think about it. So if the customer was to search for a product here that matches the criteria of 100 euros to 200 euros, let's just say he defined the price range. Well, and then products will be displayed, but this could be a notebook, this could be a mouse, it could be a keyboard, but we only want the customer to see gaming monitors. So we have to somewhat minimize or define what kind of products will actually be displayed. So I'm going to give this a title actually. A description is not necessary here because this time we're going to click hide field. And why do we do this? We're going to choose departments, and we're going to choose gaming monitors. So in that case, really only gaming monitors can be displayed with this filter. The customer is not going to see this. We're just going to put in the headline above the filter, we're going to say, okay, here you can just filter for gaming monitors, but the customer itself doesn't have to like say, okay, it has to be gaming monitors in the filter itself. So this makes it easier again for the customer to search for the product he wants. So now we already defined our first taxonomy element inside our first filter. But there are still a few other taxonomies we defined, and now we dealt with the department and said, okay, we only want the gaming monitors to be displayed as one value of taxonomy. Well, there are still some other taxonomies. For example, we had the manufacturers. And you can see that we had those, here we have already like 5 different manufacturers for gaming monitors. So we want the customer to say, well, I just want Samsung gaming monitors, for example. So we're going to call this manufacturer. Choose your manufacturer here. And this field should, of course, not be hidden. So now we have our two taxonomies inserted, the rating and also the price. So there are already a couple of criteria the customer can choose from, but let's just add a few more so we have all elements inside our tutorial here. So from the taxonomy side, I think it's sufficient because equipment as a taxonomy doesn't really make sense if we want to define a filter for gaming monitors. But in earlier videos, we defined a lot of custom fields. So let's use this information and see what kind of custom fields we have. Again, attention, only the field types number, yes, no, and selection field can be filtered. So only the custom fields that match this kind of field type will be displayed here in the selections. You should bear that in mind. So we're going to start with 144 Hertz capable. And well, we don't really need a description here, it's quite obvious. We want this field to be displayed, and this will be a drop-down field where the customer can say yes or no. So we can say there should be a placeholder text. So let's just say, so we see where this actually appears. Choose yes or no. A default value is not necessary right now. So let's add a few other ones. So actually we just have 2 left. So let's move on to the inches custom field. So this was a number field actually. And we can again define title, inches. Let's just say it's the size of the monitor. We don't need neither of those two. Well, maybe for the placeholder we can just say inches again. And let's add the last one, which was resolution. And this will again be a drop-down field. So this will be resolution, description, resolution of the display. Default value is not necessary. Maybe a placeholder, let's just say, for example, Full HD. And let's click update so everything is saved. So after defining all the elements for our new filter and the display options, we want to move on to the design. So here on the right side you have the filter design, and you can define multiple options. First of all, like, where does this actually occur on your site? So we can just take a look at the filter side. So you can see right here we already have our filter and a number of results that match the predefined criteria. And here we don't have a sidebar, and the filter is displayed above. So here we can say, for example, yeah, there should be a sidebar and it should be on the left side. We're going to say it should be in the 9:3 ratio from content to sidebar. How should the products be displayed? Let's just keep list. We can also do it with a grid or a hover effect. So then the results will be displayed, or the products in the results will be displayed in a grid, which can also be displayed again with a hover effect. We can define how many products per page. We're going to keep 12 to not make it too messy. They should be sorted by which criteria? Well, we can let's just pick price for now. Then we can say order descending or ascending. We're just going to keep descending for now. And we can define if a user filter should be used in that case or not. And in that case, they can customize the display and sorting of the products manually. So this doesn't mean a filter again for like custom fields or anything. This is just like, how should this look like? So we're just going to activate this so you can see how this looks like. After defining all this criteria, we go back to our front end, and we can see now, first of all, we have a sidebar on the left side. In that case, our general sidebar we defined in an earlier video. We have, again, our filter up here. We have the ratio of 9:3. You can see that. And in addition to that, we said, yes, we want a user filter. So the user filter, you can see here, like he can say, okay, I want this to be a grid view. In that case, he's going to receive a grid view. He can say, no, I just want like a list to be displayed. So after we defined all the options for our new filter, we want to display it somehow. And there are three different options to display your filter in the front end. So first of all, it can be a widget for the sidebar. Second, it can be a page builder element. And third, it can be simply a shortcode. So let's start with the second option, which is the page builder element. So let's just take a look at our front page again, or our landing page. Here we have our comparison table, we have a little text and a dummy image. And let's just assume, like, in between here we want a little filter to be displayed. So this is pretty easy with the page builder. We're just going to Pages, select our landing page, and we have our two text elements here where I defined everything that is displayed here. And in between we want the filter. So here we have two elements. If we click add new field, the filter old, we don't need this anymore. I talked about this in the beginning. We only use the new filter. So this refers to the filter we defined over here. So let's click filter new. First of all, let's give it the heading gaming monitor filter, because remember, this filter is just for gaming monitors. And now we can choose from our existing filters. We just have the one gaming monitor filter. So we want it to be displayed like in the middle. So I'm just going to drag and drop it here and click update. So let's take a look at our front and see how this looks like. So I already refreshed the page. This is, I'm just going to do it again. This is why you already see gaming monitor filter here. And there we have all the options we can choose. So let's just play a little bit with it. So let's say we want it to be up to 847 and full HD. We click filter here, and this nice list is displayed right in our front end. So this, why do we have now all those products right on our front end? We're not directed to a new page. This is really neat. This is because we said it should be Ajax. This is this option we chose so that it is displayed right away beneath our filter. So this was our first option, display the filter with a page builder element. So now let's move on to the second option, which is a shortcode. So first of all, we go back to our filter page. Here we have our gaming monitor filter. You can see here on the right side, for the output section, you have this little shortcode. So let's just think, like, where are we supposed to display this? So in the beginning, we also created a little blog for our page. And maybe let's just assume this blog post here is about gaming monitors, and at the end of the article, you want a little filter to be displayed. So right now we have our blog post 1. I just click edit post. I'm inside the text field right here, and I'm going to paste the shortcode we have right here from our output on our filter page. So maybe we just add one line of text here, so like the customer sees, okay, here I can actually find my monitor. So I'm going to click update and take a look at this post, and you can see now we have our regular blog post, and just by inserting the shortcode we have our filter here. So let's just select again one value, click filter here, and see, even here we're now in our blog post, and right away all our products appear. So this is again like very easy. The customer is not confused because he's directed to some page somewhere, but he sees his results right away and can click a product, for example. So last but not least, we want to add our filter to the front end as a widget for the sidebar. So this is again pretty easy. So again, let's think first, like, where does this make sense? Which sidebar could include a filter? So my idea is to just go to products, departments, and gaming monitors, right? Because on this page, like if people click on let me just show you this. So this is basically the archive again for gaming monitors, and we have on the right side just all the gaming monitors in our system. On the left side we usually just have some usually the general sidebar, maybe another one, but not really a sidebar that corresponds with the content of this gaming monitor archive page. So, well, seems sensible to add a gaming monitor filter here, right? So you might think, okay, now I'm in here, where am I supposed to add this now? But it's actually pretty simple. I go to Appearance and Widgets, and now I have a new widget area which is called Gaming Monitors. So maybe you're surprised now, like how did you create this widget area? Please take a look at our earlier videos, either in our documentation or on our YouTube channel, where I explained how to create widget areas down here with a Woo plugin. So it's actually pretty easy. So this area is just for this page. So right now there's the calendar. We can see this on the left side. This really doesn't make sense at all. So we're going to delete it. And now comes the important part. We're going to add the affiliate theme IO filter new. So not the old one, the new one. And we're going to add it to the gaming monitors widget. So let's just call it filter, because the people are already on the gaming monitor side, so I don't have to say this again. We're going to click gaming monitor filter, click save, and take a look at the front end. So you can see now this looks already much more sensible. On the right side we have all our gaming monitors. On the left side, or in the sidebar on the left, the customer can define some criteria. So again, let's just say we want this and that price. Click filter here, and you can see right away on the right side our products are displayed. This is again really neat, and now this page also looks more professional.